Hello, and welcome to this edition of Truth, Absolute Truth with Glenn MacArthur, your host. In this episode, we will explore Florida politics and the reason why nothing's getting done. First of all, I am really, as a taxpayer, I'm really PO'd off with the with these lawyers who just love to feel nice, gushy little things things done so they can go ahead and polish up their stuff, but it doesn't amount to a hill of beans in Africa. Let me put it to you this way. About 6 months ago, we had a real problem here. It was called red tide. In 1966, I moved down here from Texas and to Florida, and we moved by the water, and there was this horrendous stink, and it was called red tide. Governor Campbell at the time decided that he was going to turn the whole mess over to USF, and he said, "Oh, they'll fix it." Well, those academic diaper-wearing buttheads have failed to do anything except call it, "Oh, the evil villain here is runoff. We need to get the farmers to quit making money so we can go ahead and get rid of the runoff." I got a little news for you. I don't know if you happen to see that big lake south of us, Okeechobee. It is a big lake. I would say it's the fifth biggest lake in the United States. It's a big lake. And when the temperature gets really hot, all that stuff, I don't care if you call it runoff or if you call it weed material or dead animals or plant life or even methane underneath the water, swamp gas, it generates algae bloom, not red tide. It gets to be red tide when it sits there month after month and starts to stink. Duh. Taking the water out, taking the air out of the water. Now, I don't know if any of you science geniuses with your legal degrees have managed to watch a little TV lately. But Boeing has been talking about refining algae into jet fuel. So why in the hell am I still smelling lemons? I should be getting lemonade in my pocket. I think it's about time you guys went back to school and got a refund on your degrees and start giving back to the people. Another thing that you're not looking at now, I know with the Event Horizon, that was a mess. That was a horrible mess. No one liked it. That was because technology reached too far. They thought they could do everything 2 miles down. The pressure, the temperature, everything works against you. Mother Nature is the only thing that knows what it's doing down there, not us, okay? Now, what am I saying else? I don't know if you've happened to look, Florida, but you are surrounded by explosive gas. Hundreds of thousands of millions of liters of explosive gas that happens to be happily combulated together into a molecule called H2O. Now, H2O is a great gas. I mean, you propel the space shuttle right into orbit, and we use it all the time for other things and devices. Yet we ignore it. And another thing that really peels me off is this. You know the Devil's Triangle over here? You know that off of between Jacksonville and Fort Lauderdale, and going out all the way to the Bahamas? That's almost 2.5 billion metric liters of frozen gas under the water. That's enough to power all of the United States for the next 100 years. But it does tend to break up due to seismic activity. It does tend to float up, and then it gives off this gas. You recall the Mars boat that was supposed to go out to find the Avengers? It blew up because basically it flew into a pocket of that gas. Now, why you people seem to ignore that you're sitting on the next riad is beyond me. We should not have to be paying any taxes at all here. They don't pay taxes in Riyadh. They don't pay taxes in Alaska. But we're paying taxes here like it's no tomorrow. Why? Because some paperized, diaper-headed moron called a lawyer, a political lawyer, who sets himself as a governor or representative and tries to hork everybody in sight. Well, guess what? I'm fed up with it. And I think we're all fed up with it, aren't you? I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care if you're socialist. It's coming out of your pocket, out of your hide. You should be pissed off like I am. And you should make it understood that we need to start using our own resources and quit importing them from other places. Another thing. Why in the hell we've got shootings? Oh, you've heard of the shootings, Parkland and all these other shootings throughout the country. Why in the hell are we doing SOP in our schools? Why can't these kids even pass the basic tests? Because they're distracted, because their hormones are raging, because they get mad, because of half a dozen reasons. This is a disaster. And it just keeps getting bigger because you keep shoveling more kids into these schools. And then you want more money and more money and more money for better teachers that aren't better teachers. They're great at fondling kids, but they can't teach worth a damn. My advice is this. It's a hell of a lot cheaper to give them a laptop like the one I'm recording on right now. Send them home. Set it so it only gets one channel, the education channel. Get the best teachers you can find and put them on the internet as mentors. And cut out high school. If they want to go play after you finish your homework. Understand me? And I just can't understand why we have to listen to these nutheads in the media who say that, oh my God, we all have to be tourists or we got to be nurses because the old people are here and this, that, and the other. I hate to tell you, NASA's here. I hate to tell you, I'd like to see Boeing down here making jet fuel. I hate to tell you, I'd like to see some better technologies than wishful thinking and apathetic attitudes. And I'm fed up with that old cliche that we have to support the media. If the media can't support itself, it needs to go the way of the dodo. Now, that's my biggest problem with Florida. We are richer than crap, and we're listening to a bunch of idiots who can't find their butt with both hands. Okay, now, I want you all to digest that. I want you to write your senator, your representative, and get them off their dead asses and get them to work right for us, not for them. And quit asking us for money for every Tom, Dick, and Harry in other states. And quit asking for money for judges who basically are in an interview state with the government. That thing with Kavanaugh was ridiculous. You should have known better. So on that road, I'm basically going to say, and that's it for AbsoluteTruth.com. Glenn McCarthy, your host. Goodbye.